You got him for abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Drivers, start your meeting. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community.
Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dre Broadcasting Network. Tonight, we visit Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, for the Cyber Dirt Racing Association winged and non-winged sprint cars. My name is Brett Wheeler in the booth, and doing all the production work is going to be the lovely man, Mr. Everly himself. Qualifying is already been done and dusted. The guys just doing a last bit of hot lap session at the moment, and getting set to get into the heat races very, very shortly. A little bit of Track information: Winnebago Speedway, half a mile, 4 turns, located in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. And so we're just getting word that a couple of the drivers are going to be qualifying at the moment, and then we're going to get set into the heat races. The first car out onto the track is the 66 of Bobby Tinch. Qualifying will set the heat races up here for the heat races, where they believe there is just under 20 cars signed in for tonight's race here at the Williamsburg Speedway. At the moment, the fastest driver on the track at the moment is a 93-year-old Scott Sanderson with a 17.790. A lot more of the drivers are coming to get out onto the racetrack. Earl Arch Jr. goes quick with a 17.566. And car number 61, Ray Farlow in 72. And car number 72 with a 17.519. So qualifying getting underway here, trying to run the track in.
Hey, this is all messed up because half these guys aren't here that qualified. So I'm just opening qualifying for the next 10 minutes, Dave, and then we're gonna.
So at the moment, the fastest car on the racetrack, two drivers into the 17.4s, Ray Farlow with a 17.405, Alex Bergeron with a 17.451, and Larch Jr. third quick with a 17.566. Scott Sanderson in fourth with a 17.654. Rounding out the top five is going to be Bruce Jones with a 17.670. Still about 8 minutes until we get set into the heat races. So what we might do is we might play some music. We're going to come back with your Heat 1 lineup in roughly about 8 minutes time. Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dre Broadcasting Network. This is the test and tune for the Cyber Dirt Racing Association here at the Williams Grove Speedway. The race you're about to see is just a fun run while we get the heat race lineups sorted. iRacing has got a little bit of a bug here at the moment, so we are just waiting for the new server to go up. So in the meantime, instead of just watching practice and stuff like that, the officials have given the signal to put out a 20-lap race, so you guys can watch something other than guys just hot lapping on the track. We'll go through your starting on the pole. In car number 72, it's going to be Ray Farlow. To his outside, in car number 10, it's going to be Alex Bergeron. Row number 2 on the inside, in car number 61, it's going to be Earl Arch Jr. To his outside, the 93 of Scott Sanderson. Inside of row number 3, the 87 of Bruce Jones, and the 44 will be outside of row number 3. It's going to be David Anderson. Car number 48 of William Rocky will start out of position number 7 to his outside. In car number 96, Jason Roadbush. Clint Porter in car 39 will start out of position number 9 and out of position number 10 in the 97. It's going to be Lee Bedzor. Sawyer Ott in car number 30 will start out of position number 11 to his outside. In car number 66, it's going to be Bobby Tinch. Position number 13 is going to be the 911 of John LaBeouf, and to his outside in car 20, it's going to be Sheldon Neville out of position 14. Robert Schaefer out of position number 15 in the 88, and to his outside, car number 5 of Thomas LaBar. James Moss in car number 17 will start out of position number 17. And we got, I believe it's going to be the 00 of Dwayne Kibben. No, it looks like Dwayne's not going to run this one, so we'll move Roger Stewart up to position 20. We also got Alan Joyle, John Fowler, and Douglas Wyatt as well. So drivers enter turn number 1 and 2. By the time they come off turn number 4, it's going to be Ray Farlow to lead us to the green flag. With 20 laps. Williams Grove Speedway, 20 laps of distance here. 360s. Ray Farlow gets a good wall. Charlie Bergeron a little bit slow on the start. Keep an eye on the 61 of Earl Arch Jr. as they go into 1 and 2. Farlow leads Earl Arch Jr. almost hits the inside wall, resulting in losing 1, maybe 2 spots as the caution flag comes out here in the opening lap. Looks like it was the 5 of Thomas LaBar. Having a look here. Thomas LaBar getting into the 911 of John LaBeouf. And LaBeouf going around. So you get to complete a full racing lap. Ray Farlow is your race leader from Bergeron. Those drivers started 1-2. Scott Sanderson has picked up 1 spot. He's up to 3rd. Earl Arch Jr. back to 4th. Pretty much the rest of the drivers, how they started is how they are running at the moment. James Moss already advancing 3 positions. Roger Stewart in car number 8, moving up 4 positions up to 15th as well. Lights out on the iRacing official pace truck. Just down the back straight away. They're going to go green off turn number 4. Philo will lead. Alex Bergeron in car number 10. Pace truck to the pits. Philo on the 72. Bergeron, Sanderson. Philo gets a good launch. Leads us down the main straightaway. Bergeron with a good launch as well. Now Bergeron goes to the inside. Challenge for the race lead in 1 and 2. Bergeron on the inside. Philo on the outside. They race down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and off turn number 4. Keep an eye on Earl Jr. You've got a new race leader. We've got cars around. And we've got a yellow out on the speedway. We've also got a new race leader. Alex Bergeron made the move on 72 of Ray Philo in turn number 3 and 4. It looks like. Just trying to see who that was there. Maybe the 16, sorry, the 33, Douglas Wyatt as well. The 87 of Bruce Jones slowing, actually got turned around there by the, I believe the 93, no, it was actually the 61 of Earl Jr. and Bruce Jones in car number 87, no front wing on that race car. Field will rack and stack back into the double file conga line. Alex Bergeron is your race leader from Ray Philo. Scott Sanderson, Earl Arch Jr., David Anderson, Jason Rodebush, William Rocky, Clint Porter, Lee Bedzor, Sawyer Ott rounds out the top 10. Go back to Bobby Tins, Robert Schaefer, John LaBaff, James Moss, Bruce Jones, Thomas LaVar, Roger Stewart, and Douglas White. 18 cars in this one. So this time Bergeron will lead Philo off turn number 4. Pace starts to picking up, and Bergeron with a good launch. Keep an eye on Sanderson and Earl Arch Jr. in the 93 and the 61. Arch Jr. getting into the back there of Sanderson into corner number 1 and 2. Oh, we got a big wreck down the back straight away. We got cars upside down. The 48 of William Rocky is involved. There is about 6 or 8 drivers. A big mess here on the back straight away. And let's hope this is not a sign of things to come, for tonight's test and tune. Also got the King's Royal coming up this Saturday night. It should be an exciting show. This race is just a bit of a fun race. Just to try and get everything sorted while the servers go back up for iRacing. We're going to run the heat races, last chance qualifier, and also the feature event. Let's hope a lot of these cars and their crew will get these cars fixed up. Right, we've still got, let's see, 14 or 15 drivers still on the lead lap. Get a couple of cars in pit lane. It should be the one to green. The lights should be off the iRacing safety truck this time by. Normally with the Cyberdirt Racing Association King of the West or King of Dirt East and West Series, we normally see the Hippies Paint Shop pace truck out on the circuit. The double file conga line has been assembled. Bergeron with you can have 8 laps to go. So I've probably done 3 or 4 laps under green flag racing conditions, and Bergeron gets a good launch down the main straight. Arts on the outside of Sanderson. They race into the 1 and 2. Oh, well, last year gets into the back of the 72 of Farlow, and that allows the 93 of Scott Sanderson to pull up on line. Look at the battle for 4th now, the 96. Here comes Jason Roadbush. All over Elart now, all over the back of the 93 of Scott Sanderson for 2nd. Farlow looks to the inside, down the back straight away into 3. Off corner number 4, Sanderson way up high. That's going to allow the 72 of Farlow to move into 2nd place. Meanwhile, I don't think anyone's got anything for Alex Bergeron at the moment. Here comes Erlach Jr. with a good run in 1 and 2. Down the back straight away. Erlach Jr. currently riding in that 4th position on the racetrack. Caution is out. And this should set us up for a potential green or white checker. Come up here as a caution flag flies out for the 3rd time in tonight's little test and tune race. Now this race has no significance on the rest of the night whatsoever. It's just nice getting a bit of race tuning set up. Go through your rundown order very, very shortly. We'll just see the guys lining up in the single file line at the moment. So Alex Bergeron looks fast there tonight. So the light's still on the safety truck as they come off corner number 4. Should be getting the 1 to go signal right now. Lights are out, 1 to go. And it will be a green or white checker. So what the 72 of Ray Farlow has for the 10 of Alex Bergeron. Into corner number 3. Bergeron, slow pace. Off corner number 4. Right down on the inside wall, right in the moonshot. Gets a great launch. Down the lane straight away into turn number 1. Sanderson looks to the inside of Erlach Jr. Way up high in 1 and 2. Down the back straight away for the 2nd last time. Bergeron with a good 3 and 4, but Ray Farlow, he's starting to catch him a little bit loose out of turn number 4. 1 lap to go. Oh, Farlow gets the inside wall. That's going to move him back to quite a few spots and probably even a DNF. Meanwhile, Bergeron into 3 and 4 for the final time in the test and tune. Alex Bergeron takes out the fun 20 lap main event here. Coming home in 2nd is going to be the 61 of Erlach Jr. 3rd. We'll go to the 93 of Scott Sanderson, Lee Bedsall 4th, and Robert Schaefer rounds out the top 5, picking up tonight's Test and Tune Practice 20 Lapper Hard Charger Award. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with your heat race here on the Dre Broadcasting Network. Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dre Broadcasting Network for the Cyber Racing Association test and tune tonight here at the Williams Grove Speedway. We are getting set for heat race number 1. We're going to have 3 heat races here tonight, 12 laps to distance. And starting on the pole, he's going to be Ray Farlow, to his outside. He'll be Scott Sanderson. William Rocky will be inside of row number 2, and on the outside, out of position number 4, Lee Bedsaw. John LaBaff will start out of position number 5. Thomas LaBar out of position number 6. And Roger Stewart will start out of position number 7. We'll give you the lineup. So heat race number 2, while we've got a spare moment here, Alex Bergeron will be alongside Bruce Jones, Jason Rodebush, and Sawyer ought to be in row 2. Sheldon Neville and James Moss and Alan Joyer will be the 7th car in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3 lineups is going to be Earl Lights Jr., David Anderson, Clint Porter, Bobby Tinch, Robert Schaefer, Douglas White, and John Fowler. So 3 heat races tonight. And then the main event will be after this one. 12 laps to distance, heat race number 1. Getting set to roll off here at the Williams Grove Speedway, right behind the 2017, I should say, Hippies Paint Shop Pace Truck, all the Cyber Dirt Racing Association leagues. The 72 of Ray Farlow and the 93 of Scott Sanderson on the front row. Position number 3 with the 911 of John LaBaff, and out of position number 4 will be the 97 of Lee Bedsaw. William Rocky scheduled to start out of position number 3. I apologise. Looks like he's not making the call, so that'll move LaBaff up there. Roger Stewart in car number 2 will move up to position number 5. And out of position number 6, it's going to be Thomas LaBar in car number 5. So 12 laps to distance here, heat race number 1. Destined Tune night, on the Dre Broadcasting Network. We thank everyone for tuning in tonight. So number 4, Farlow, getting set to get on the loud pedal. He gets us underway here. Heat race number 1 at Williams Grove Speedway in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Down in the 1 and 2. We look at the battle for 3rd. It's going to be the 97 of Lee Bedsaw and LaBaff in the 911 car. They're running nearly side by side down the back straight. Here comes the 5 of Thomas LaBar as well. But leading lap number 1 is going to be Ray Farlow in car number 72. 93 of Sanderson in 2nd. 3rd is going to be Bedsaw. Here comes Thomas LaBar on the inside of LaBaff right now. As they go into 3 and 4, LaBar makes the move for 4th. 2 down, 10 to go. Here at Williams Grove Speedway for heat race number 1. So far, it looks fairly smooth out in front at the moment. You see this track just starting to slicken off. The more laps that these guys do around Williams Grove Speedway with the dynamic track change. The closest battle at the moment would happen to be the 93 of Scott Sanderson and the 97 of Lee Bedsaw as they run down into 3 and 4. We get 4 down and 8 laps remaining here. Race number 1, Ray Farlow hasn't been challenged just yet. Down the back straight away, Farlow still leads Sanderson. Bedsaw, LaBar in the 5 car, running in 4th. We're nearly at the halfway distance here in heat race number 1, the 911 of Thomas LaBaff back there in 5th spot. And we get back to Roger Stewart in car number 2. So I feel pretty much strung out here. And we're now halfway home. 6 down, 6 to go here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Scheduled to bring you round number 3 of the series next week. Test and tune tonight, getting set for the King's Royal this coming Saturday. Meanwhile, back out in front, it's going to be Ray Farlow, who's absolutely just driving away from Scott Sanderson here. And the 93. As Lamar starting to catch the 97 of Lee Bedsall here, so we'll try and keep an eye on that battle. I think we've 4 laps to go here in heat race number 1. Down into 1 and 2. They go. Still Lamar back there in 4, trying to catch Bedsall. Two laps to go for Ray Farlow in car number 72. Bedsall, meanwhile, has got pressure here from Lamar in the 5. Lamar looking to make up quite a few spots. Has already picked off 2. Oh, looks like he might be out of fuel. And he's actually going to be out of fuel as they come to the white line, or the white flag, I should say. Meanwhile, Ray Farlow, he drives under the bridge here at the William Joe Speedway into turn number 3, off corner number 4. He will take out heat race number 4, coming home second with the 93 of Scott Sanderson. Third is going to be the 97 of Lee Bedsall. Fourth will go to the 911 of John LaBath. Roger Stewart would get home in 5th spot. And the 5 of Thomas LaBar with the DNF in 6th place. I believe he would run out of fuel. Confirmation he did actually run out of gas. We'll also got a dash up tonight as well. So top 2 cars from each heat will lock themselves into tonight's dash. So we're going to try and get a quick word with Ray Farlow taking out heat race number 1. Looks like we're not going to be able to get an interview. He's not actually in the team speak, so heat race number 2 getting set now. And I'll give you a lineup as they line up behind the 2017 official Hippies Paint Shop pace truck here at the William Joe Speedway. Alex Bergeron will start out of position number 1. Bruce Jones will be out of position number 2 in car 87. Out of position number 3, it's going to be Jason Rudolph. And out of position number 4, it's going to be the 30 machine with Sawyer Ott. Sheldon Neville in position number 5. James Moss and Alan Joyal will be the 7 cars in this one, but looks like there's a couple of cars, a couple of drivers not actually in the server. So it looks like it'll be Alex Bergeron, Bruce Jones, Sawyer Ott, and James Moss. Looks like they're going to get a couple of drivers that tagging, well, that didn't get a chance to lay down a qualifying lap. So just wait for a couple of drivers to get into the. Now Douglas Wyatt going to tag the back of this one, so there'll be 5 cars here in heat race number 2. No disrespect to the other drivers in this heat, but I think Alex Bergeron should run away with this one fairly easy. See the track already in 3 and 4, or more realistically, more so turn number 3, a distinct black line right through the middle of the racetrack. These drivers are going to have to negotiate that, whether they go high or low. Obviously, we're going to see here in just a short moment, 1 to go signal. You see the black line starting to form on the entrance of corner number 1 as well. Heat race number 2, top 2 to the dash. Bergeron and Jones, Sawyer Ott, James Moss and Douglas Wyatt. Your 5 cars here in heat race number 2. Bergeron starts to quicken up the pace a little bit, and he's going to get on the gas right now. And a good launch from Bergeron. Down into one they go. Right through the slick. It's pretty much single file at the moment as they go into 1 and 2. We'll have a look at the battle for. Oh, we got the car 17 of James Moss in the wall down the back straight away. As Alex Bergeron will lead lap number 1. They got Bruce Jones doing a nice job to stay not too far away from Bergeron. By about 3 car lengths at the moment. Bergeron runs the low side. Jones runs the top side in 3 and 4. 2 down, 10 to go. Here at Winnetou Speedway. Heat race number 2. Bergeron with good drive off the bottom of turn number 2. Now he starts to pull away from the 87 of Jones as they complete lap number 3. Sawyer Ott and Douglas Wyatt sitting 3rd and 4th at the moment. James Moss rounding out the top 5. 1/3 of the race distance has been completed. Bergeron still your race leader. Down the back straight away. He's just got this car working nicely on the bottom side. You hear how much he gets off the gas. Almost getting the infield wall a couple of times then. There in 1 and 2 was Bergeron. Bruce Jones not letting Bergeron get too far in front. I think Jones may have to try and put it on the bottom side. 6 down, 6 to go here for heat race number 2 of the Cyber Dirt Racing Association, brought to you live on the Dray Broadcasting Network, live on YouTube. Bergeron needs to be careful. He's got a good lead at the moment. He doesn't want to mess this up. We have 5 laps remaining now. The 30 of Sawyer Ott back there into 3rd. We look at the 33 of Douglas Wyatt in 4th. A fair way back from your race leader as we've just completed lap number 8. 17 of James Moss seems to have recovered after hitting the backstretch wall on lap number 1. And he's now going to try and reel in the 33 of Douglas Wyatt. So he's going to be battle for 4th and 5th here in the coming laps. We've got 3 laps to go. Moss running the top side, right in behind Wyatt, who also runs the top side in 1 and 2. Okay, just been given the white flag. I thought we had 1 more lap to go, but the officials do the counting and not me. It's the white flag is out. The checklist will come out here for the 4 of Alex Bergeron. Coming out 2nd, it's going to be the 87 of Bruce Jones. 3rd will be the 30 of Sawyer Ott. And we're back to the 33 of Douglas Wyatt and James Moss. So Bergeron and Jones will go on to tonight's dash. And all the rest of the guys are going to be lined up straight up into the A main. No last chance qualifying here tonight. As soon as we've got about 18 or 19 drivers here. So the 3rd and final heat coming up here in just a second. It should be the way these guys line up. Is our Large Junior will line up on the pole position. On the outside of row 1, that's going to be David Anderson. Clint Porter will start out of position number 3. Bobby Tinch will start out of position number 4. Robert Schaefer out of position number 5. We'll see Douglas Wayne move up into the 3rd heat, and it's going to put John Fowler out of position number 6. As the 2017 official pace truck for the Cyber Racing Association, brought to you by the Hippies Paint Shop. Lutz Jr. and David Anderson. Then we go back to Clint Porter and Bobby Tinch, Robert Schaefer. And should be the 5 cars on this one. Maybe John Fowler not in the service, so 5 cars. Drivers getting the one to go signal behind the 2017 Hippies Paint Shop Pace truck. Should be a good race out between Royal Tes Jr. and David Anderson. Bobby Tinch as well, he's not too bad. Clint Porter in the 39. And you got Robert Schaefer at the back. Off turn number 4, we go green, and it's Royal Tes Jr. to lead him down into turn number 1. Anderson in the 44 runs the top side. Royal Tes Jr. slides up in front of him. Can Anderson, can he make the crossover down the back straight away? No, he can't. Into 3 and 4, almost hits the open of the wall. In corner number 3 and 4, we get a car into the wall, I believe. We got a car upside down on the main straight away. That's going to be a 39. Oh, Clint Porter. Tinch and Porter coming together. Porter going upside down. It's going to be Royal Tes Jr. to lead. And it's going to be the 44 of David Anderson back there in second. So both drivers not happy with each other between Porter and Tinch. So we have a dash up next after this third and final heat race of the Test and Cheer night here on the Cyber Racing Association. Royal Tes Jr. into the wall there, off turn number 2. Right through the slick in 3, off turn number 4, now through the moisture. Still a fair bit of grip in this racetrack. That's Royal Tes Jr. on the low side and Anderson on the top side. Now they're going to switch lanes as they come off turn number 2. Anderson's starting to reel in Tes Jr. now. Down the main straightaway. Tes Jr. now runs the low side. Drifts it up high off turn number 2, out down the back straightaway. Royal Tes Jr. continuing to lead the way from Anderson in the 44. Now we've got a battle for third here between the 66 of Bobby Tinch and the 88 of Robert Schaefer. This is Tinch got a little bit too sideways in turn number 1. Tinch looks to have the faster race car. Just trying to put those consistent laps together here at the Whitney Grove Speedway in the 360s. So fair way back, nearly a full straightaway between second and third place running of Anderson and Schaefer. Tinch is starting to reel in Schaefer now. Down the main straightaway. That's wanting to reel him in, but can he pass him? And I wonder if that 66 has got any damage after having contact with the 39 of Porter and Porter going upside down. Royal Tes Jr. still out in front. And nearly to the inside is Tinch on Schaefer. Just looks like he's a little bit hesitant to try and make the pass. Down the back straight away, Royal Tes Jr. still leads from Anderson, Schaefer and Tinch. Your 4 cars remaining here in heat race number 3, the third and final heat race of the night. Down the back straight away, Royal Tes Jr. into 3 and 4, believe for the final time. And Royal Tes Jr. will get the checkers first from David Anderson. Third, we'll go to Robert Schaefer, Bobby Tinch. Will finish home in that 4th spot. Looks like she's still racing down the back straight. This is the white flag lap. And And still no change. It's going to be Schaefer. Elias Jr. completes the racing here, taking out heat race number 3. David Anderson will be in the dash as well. The top 2 drivers from each heat. We're going to the 6-car dash. The rest of the drivers are going to be lined up via their finishing positions. This driver's just going to refuel up and get some new tear-offs on. So just waiting for the dash line just to get put up. We'll just play some music and we'll come back in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dre Broadcasting Network for the King's Royal Test here at the Williams Grove Speedway for the Cyber Dirt Racing Association. Getting set for the dash here before we get set into tonight's teammate. Starting on the pole, he's going to be the 72 of Ray Filer, and to his outside, he's going to be car number 4 of Alex Bergeron. Out of position number 3, it's going to be the 61 of Earl Arch Jr., and to his outside, in car number 93, it's going to be Scott Sanderson. Bruce Jones will start out of position number 5 in car 87. And to his outside, rounding out the field in car number 44, it's going to be David Anderson. The track just got reworked just a little bit. There's these 6 drivers. 6 drivers finishing 1 and 2 in the heat races. They line up behind the 2017 Hippies Paint Shop Pace Truck. As that pace truck will take a left-hand turn into pit lane in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. As Farlow gets set to lead us to the green flag. Farlow gets a good launch. Bergeron a little bit short on the slow on the start there. But down into 1 and 2. Arch Jr. on the inside of Sanderson. He's lined up in front of him. As they almost make contact. In fact, they do make contact. 12 laps the distance here. Oh no, the 44 of David Anderson gets the wall. Ray Farlow will complete lap number 1 as the race leader. Oh, look at the 87 of Bruce Jones getting a good run on Earl Arch Jr. for 3rd. Arch Jr. very low off corner number 2. Keep an eye on Alex Bergeron. Oh, the 87 of Bruce Jones gets the inside wall in turn number 3. Now, we focus towards the front of the race. Bergeron and Farlow. Remember the fun race that these guys ran? They ran side by side for a couple of laps. Bergeron can't quite make a pass or make a challenge yet for the race lead, but he's slowly starting to reel him in. Down the back straight away. Here for tonight's dash. Farlow still your race leader, whether he learned something from that test in June. But the track still fairly tacky at the moment. Got a fair bit of moisture. Bergeron closing in on Farlow for the race lead. Down into 1 and 2 they run. Bergeron pulls up on the inside alongside Philo. He can't make the pass off turn number 2. Can he make it happen in turn number 3 and 4? They nearly pull alongside. 6 down, 6 to go here in tonight's dash. Bergeron to the inside of Philo. Philo still running the middle line on the racetrack. They run down under the bridge into turn number 3 and 4. Bergeron getting very close to that inside wall. 5 laps to go. Who is going to take out tonight's dash? Who is going to start on the pole? Philo just shutting the door a little bit there on Bergeron. A good battle up front for tonight's dash. Bergeron tries to switch it up and go through the middle. Maybe trying to use something or use this dash for a bit of a test and tune for the feature setup. But we should have 4 laps to go. Philo looking good, but I tell you what, you can't take Bergeron too lightly. He knows how to get it done. Bergeron to the inside almost. In 1 and 2 again, but still can't make the pass. So a good race between Bergeron and Philo, and they nearly pull up side by side. Bergeron almost hits the inside wall. 2 laps to go here in tonight's dash. Philo still leading from Bergeron. Third is hard to get back to Sanderson in 93, and then Anderson back there in 5th. Still up front. They come out of turn number 4. Philo a little bit high. Bergeron getting a good run down the main straightaway. 1 lap to go. Bergeron, this is it. This is his chance to try and put it on tonight's pole for the main event. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4 for the final time. Philo going to keep it nice and straight. Bergeron gets a good run, but Ray Philo, he's going to take out tonight's dash and start on the pole position for tonight's main event. Alex Bergeron will come home in second. Third, we're going to be Earl Arch Jr. Fourth will be Scott Sanderson. Back to David Anderson. And the last car was Bruce Jones in car number 87. We're going to take a quick break and come back with tonight's main event not too far away. Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dre Broadcasting Network for the King's Royal Test and Chin. Tonight at the Williams Grove Speedway, the field is getting set for tonight's main event. Ray Farlow will be alongside Alex Bergeron, Earl Arch Jr. and Scott Sanderson. Bruce Jones alongside it should be Anderson. It looks like Schaefer is going to move up alongside Labar as well. Lee Bedsall, Suyot, Bobby Tinch, John LaBaff. We get set for the main event here tonight. Off to number 4, Ray Farlow and Bergeron. Will we get redemption from the dash? We get set. We are green. Down into 1 and 2 they run. Drivers trying to find their groove and make their move as they make their way down. Back straight away into 3 and 4. As it's going to be, Sanderson and Earl Arch Jr. almost come together out of turn number 4. But Earl Arch Jr. rides in that 3rd spot. Bergeron in 2nd, Farlow is going to be your race leader. Keep an eye on the 30 of Suyot trying to make his way through the field. Currently sitting roughly around 10th spot. There's also 39 of Clint Porter. Remember, he went upside down in his heat race. But it's still Farlow in the 72. 35 laps is the distance here for tonight's main event. Farlow leads. Bergeron, Art, Sanderson, Jones in the 87. We'll go back to Lee Bedsall in the 97. As Suyot in the 30, now making up a couple of spots up to 7th. They'll make their way down into 3 and 4, some of these drivers. Meanwhile, your race leader starts his entry into turn number 1, off turn number 2, sets the car up, down the back straight away. Farlow, a good lead over Bergeron. It's a lot closer than what a lot big of a gap than what we've seen in the dash previously. Farlow will still lead. 7 down, 28 remain here at Williams Grove Speedway in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Track still fairly greasy after the track crew just reworked the track. So a lot of these drivers are running the low side of the speedway, trying to find that moisture. You'll find as a lot of these cars run the low side, the track will start to burn off. And that's when you'll see the slick parts of the racetrack starting to form. And I dare say that we're going to see it to the entry of corner number 1 and corner number 3. Right through the middle until you get to corner number 2. That's when it'll stay tacky, is what we call it here on the dirt racing. So Earl Arch Jr. starting to close in on the 4 of Bergeron as they run down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Sorry, the main straightaway into 1 and 2. Now they run down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Bergeron still trying to find momentum on the low side of the speedway, trying to find a little bit more grip, but you can't go too low. There is that inside wall as we've completed lap number 11. 24 remain. Make that 23 as Ray Farlow comes off corner number 4. We go through and look at your field as they come across the stripe here. As recently the halfway point. It's going to be Ray Farlow leading from Alex Bergeron. Earl Arch Jr. in 3rd. Scott Sanderson 4th. Bruce Jones in 5th. You go back to Lee Bedsall in 6th. 7th, Robert Schaefer, Clint Porter, Thomas Labar, Sawyer rounds out the top 10. Douglas White, John LaBaff, James Moss, Bobby Tint, and that's going to be the 14 cars left in this one. Roger Stewart a lap down. And also David Anderson, after making the dash, not being able to make the heat race, and maybe they blew a motor or something like that. To almost complete the half race distance. As we're at 2 or 3 laps before we get there. And it's still Ray Farlow to lead Alex Bergeron. You see the track is just starting to slick it off to the entrance of turn number 3. You see a slick patch starting to form. And the same sort of groove starting to form in turn number 1 as well. This is where these drivers have to enter a little bit higher, or whether they choose to run through the slick and hope that they don't spin those tyres. You see one car going to the pits. It's the 5 of Thomas Labar. I'm sure what happened to his race car may have a bit of damage due to the inside wall or getting the outside wall. Nonetheless, it's going to put him quite a few laps down It's going to be Farlow leads out of turn number 4, 17 down, 18 remain. So he goes down the back straight away. We are officially at the half race distance, and Ray Farlow has not been challenged by Alex Bergeron once yet here in this feature event. It's been all Ray Farlow out in front in car number 72, Erlach Jr. in third. Well, I tell you what, Bergeron, his car is starting to come on. Car is starting to get a little bit faster at the moment. So going to 3 and 4, we got a car stopped on the inside. That's Bobby Tinch. He's going to be back in the pits now. So scary moment there for your leaders as they enter turn number 3 and 4. Now they're down the back straight away. Alright, Junior looking to put a lap down here on the 2 of Roger Stewart. Make that another lap down. He's currently sitting already 1 lap down, as he will go 2 laps down. Farlow runs right through the slick in 1 and 2, but just as you get to turn number 2 and near the exit, where it starts to it gets a bit more tackier. Track starting to slicking off in 3 and 4. So these guys now, hopefully their setups on the race cars are going to start to come in. As you see Farlow go right through the slick, keeps it on the bottom. You see still, it's pretty much slick all the way through the middle. So now these guys really have to get off the gas to keep it down on the low side, or whether now they've got to make a choice whether they go up top or stay down low. What do they think the track's going to do? Meanwhile, Bergeron pulls up alongside Farlow. Bergeron to the inside, keeping the car, all 4 wheels in the moisture. Almost contact between the two as they come out of turn number 4. Now the battle is heating up. 23 down, 12 to go. This is for the race lead. Bergeron and Farlow side by side down the back straight away. One more time. Bergeron on the inside, Farlow on the outside. Kind of like what we've seen in the dash. Bergeron goes to the top to see if there's anything up there. I think the bottom is the place to be. Looks like he may have lost a little bit of ground there in turn number 1 and 2, but Farlow, he drives right through the slick. 10 laps to go. 25 complete. Down the back straight away, they run under the Williams Grove Bridge down into turn 3 as they go past the Beer Hill gang. In turn number 3, it's still Farlow to lead by 1 Carling as they come across the line. 0.070 of a second. Bergeron takes the lead off turn number 2. Farlow fights back, dead even as they go down the back straightaway. Into 3, off turn number 4. Oh, contact. They're still going to go. This time Bergeron, he has the race lead. Farlow with a big slide job on Bergeron. Bergeron with a nice crossover. Bergeron has it now by a car length as they enter turn number 3. It's Farlow running through the slick. Bergeron pulls up in front of the 72 of Ray Farlow now. Oh, Bergeron to the inside wall. Contact. Now that's going to give Farlow back the race lead with just 7 laps to go. Now Bergeron, he's really got to pedal this race car. 29 laps complete, 6 remain. Bergeron started to catch back up to Ray Farlow. What a race this is. Farlow on the outside. That groove in 3 and 4. That is starting to get very, very thin for these sprint cars. Bergeron just slides up a little bit now, drives it back through the moisture off turn number 2. 5 laps remaining. In a great battle for the race lead. Bergeron, he would be riding the brake big time. Those brake rotors, I'm pretty sure they'll be glowing right now. Bergeron with a great run, Farlow. His car seems to be going away. Maybe his car's not set up for maybe this slick of a racetrack at the moment. But a great battle for the race lead, but it's going to be Farlow. Oh, getting into the back. Oh, Bergeron. Thankfully, they kept it under power. Here comes Erlach Jr. as well. As Farlow tries to keep it on the low side, but he slides up out of turn number 4. 3 laps to go. Only 2 laps to go, I should say. It was right before. Oh, Farlow into the inside wall. He's done for the evening. No, he keeps the car going. As long as Bergeron can hang on one more lap, he will pick up tonight's main event into 3 and 4 for the final time. He picks up heat race number 2, but now he picks up the A main event in caliber 4. It's going to be Alex Bergeron. Second is going to go to the 61 of last year and 93 of Scott Sanderson coming home in third. The 87 of Bruce Jones in fourth. Fifth is going to go to Clint Porter, a big mover from about 14th spot, I think it was. Lee Bedsaw comes home in 6th. 7th is going to be Douglas White. John LaBaff in 8th. James Moss in 9th. Ray Farlow officially scored a lap down in 10th. They go back to Robert Schaefer, a lap down in 11th. 12th and Roger Stewart 2 laps down. As Sawyer Ott comes home in 13th, 4 laps down. Go back to Bobby Tinch, 8 laps down in 14th. 15th, Thomas LeBar. And that will be it. 15 cars for tonight's main event. And that'll do it for us here for the Test and Tune night. Once again, big thanks to the guys over here at Dre Broadcast Network for turning all the buttons and making everything run smooth here tonight. Thanks to Dwayne Cooper as well from the Cyber Dirt Racing Association for putting this. Thanks to the drivers as well for participating in tonight's event. And once again, we thank you fans, and until next time, we'll see you next time. Good night.